Hey yo, it's your girl Iman Get Alive. Are we liking the makeup today? I think it's a little punk today, isn't it? It's a little cute today. I didn't put any. Look at this though. You can tell I didn't really do it right because it's like, Okay, so basically what happened was I had to stop wearing contacts in one of my eyes because there was a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So I only have a contact in this eye, which means I couldn't do my eyeliner properly because when I closed this eye to do my eyeliner, I couldn't see anything in my other eye. So yeah. Okay. Welcome back to week 11 of The Artist Way. I can't believe it's the second last week. Technically, this week is the last week. Hi, Senna. How are you? Thank you for joining. Joining. Okay. And I'm basically done the book. I don't know what week 12 is going to be about, but week 11 was interesting. I'm good. I'm excited to do this live because I have been learning and applying for so long, and finally I had the time to like clean my house and rearrange everything. Like my background looks a little better. You know, I'm just happy. Things are going good. But this eclipse energy is really throwing me a little off course. I don't know what's going on in the air, but I just have this like crazy energy inside of me where I want to scream, I want to do something new, I want to fight someone. No, I don't actually fight people, but that's just the energy that I'm feeling lately. I'm just like, oh, like I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. But anyways, let me get into this week 11. I took some notes. So interesting. This book literally speaks to my life. Like as soon as I'm going through something, I open the book and it tells me exactly what to do. Oh, I have incense actually. I forgot to light some. But yes, I have incense. I don't know. Maybe I just need like new friends. Maybe I need new friends for real. Mm, like this cute little jar, isn't it adorable? But yeah, so I opened the book, and the first thing it says in week 11 is that artists either sometimes can work a 9 to 5 or can never work a 9 to 5. For me personally, I have never been able to work a 9 to 5. And maybe that's the reason why I have this energy right now, because I have a job. It's not a 9 to 5 job, it's a part time job, but it's just not mentally or emotionally stimulating. So it drains me a lot. And then I come home and I want to work on art, I want to work on music, I want to be creative, but I have no energy left. So I end up doing like the adult things like dishes and cleaning and cooking and whatever, which I like to do. I love to cook, I love to feed myself, take care of myself. Yes, yes. All that stuff is good. And then say you cleanse yourself in space with the incense. When you're done, open a window for a minute to let it out, and boom, you're good. Do it morning and night if you sense strong negativity. Good idea, actually. Good idea. I need to do that more. See, that's the thing is like I do have these rituals and these spiritual practices, but you know when you skip something like one day and then you just like fall off your routine. I think that's been happening to me lately. I don't know why. Either I stay up too late or I sleep in too late. So I don't know. Maybe I need to just get better at my sleeping schedule and then I'll have more energy to like do my morning routine and set my day up properly. But anyways, I'm someone who can never work a 9 to 5. And as soon as I get a job, like my mom is always begging me not to quit my job when I get one. But I'm always like, Mom, like I just can't. I literally just feel like I'm suffocating when I'm doing something that I don't want to do and I have to be there because I need the money. And I'm just like, So the book literally was like, you're an artist. Sometimes you need a 9 to 5, and sometimes you're going to hate having a 9 to 5. And regardless of whatever job you have or don't have, your credibility, your worth, your self worth doesn't come from how much money you have. And obviously, that's like such a difficult thing to even hear and comprehend because living in this society, in this world, everyone judges themselves based on how much money they have. So when you're an artist and you don't have streams, you don't have shows, you don't have money, you're not successful. So it's very hard, it's very difficult to feel like you're an artist when you don't have those things. So she did say to repeat to yourself that my credibility lies with me, God, and my work. And my self respect comes from doing the work. This has been a recurring theme since the beginning of the book, actually. Like reminding myself that the joy is in being creative. And I have been like, I don't know why it's taking, maybe this is why the book is 12 weeks long, because it's taking me so long to like actually understand and implement that. It's not about anything other than being creative. It's not about anything other than create the art, create the music. I'm like, I know, but I want the money too. I want the success. I want the fame. And it's like, no, that stuff comes like later. But first you have to love the work that you're actually creating, the thing that you're actually doing. And yes, it's hard. It's hard. But that's where the chapter started. So I was happy to hear that. And then yes, so isn't it so cute? Thank you. I love my eye makeup too, but look, like it's very not straight. I think next time if I do it like this, I'm gonna use tape and I'm gonna make like a straight line, whatever. But the stars came from the eyeliner pencil because it has a stamp on the other side, which was really cute. And my roommate gave that to me. Well, she's not my roommate, but the girl who I'm renting this apartment from. So yeah, that was another thing that was going on in my life, is like the girl that I'm renting this apartment from was moving, so she put all her old stuff in here, which made my energy very claustrophobic because it was like, oh my God, a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't planning on being in the apartment. And then I had to organize it and put it in the corner and put it stuff over it and whatever and all this stuff, right? So she left today, and once she left, I rearranged everything and I cleaned my house, and I was like, okay, whew, now I can breathe. Is the author of the book religious or spiritual? She's not religious, and she says that like so she says that the acronym God, like God, stands for good orderly doing. So she says that God energy is creative energy, and that God's gift to you is creativity, and your gift to God is using your creativity. And I love that. For me, that makes total sense, because I'm just like, wow, like, because it's not about worship or submission or like making yourself small and irrelevant or even shaming yourself for having artistic capabilities and creative energy, you know. So I like the way that she talks about God, because it's not in the sense of like, oh, it's like a male God that you have to worship and submit to and be afraid of and shit, you know. It's like it's more like, no, you are an extension of the creator, and your job here right now in this world is to use your creativity. So yeah. So yeah, I was incredibly bored all week, and I was like, dude, like, what do I do? I was literally considering moving to a new country, but then I was like, girl, just chill. Like, Mexico's good. I like Mexico. So she wrote, as an artist, I can literally die of boredom. I kill myself when I fail to nurture my inner artist child because I'm acting like somebody else's idea of an adult. And as someone who's literally an adult and has been an adult for a long time now, this was so validating to hear, because I love being childish. I love acting crazy. I love to be childish and reckless and do random things that don't make sense and have random side missions in my life and introduce side characters and go down different plot lines. And then when I'm done, I'm like, okay, what are the responsible things I need to do? And I realize that that's my creative energy. I just need to use it in a smart way. I can't just like drink it away or party it away or whatever. Like, I need to channel it into like building Legos or going for a run. Or I was swinging with my friend last week. It was so much fun to be like a kid again. Yes. Oh my God, going to the playground. My favorite thing to do. When I was living in New York, there was a playground literally like up the street and around the corner. And I would go to it when all the kids would be in school, and I would just swing on the swing set. And I used to remember like, wow, when I was a kid, I did not care about jumping off of this swing. Like, I would wait until I was high up in the air and then jump off. And I'm like, if I did that now, my legs would probably break. So I'm not going to do that now. But it is it's very sad to grow up sometimes. And when you're a kid, you can't wait to grow up, because you're just like, wow, like, all the adults get to do whatever they want. They're so cool. They have their own cars and phones, and like you project so much of what you think is cool onto the adults around you, and then when you're an adult, you're like, this is so boring. Like, I want to be a kid again. I want to have no responsibilities. I want to be crazy. And that's why I like this book, because it's reminding me that just because you're an adult, just because you're grown up, doesn't mean you have to stop losing that inner playfulness, that inner childlike energy, because that is the energy of creation. That is where your best ideas come from. I think a big part of why kids want to grow up is a lack of autonomy, so adulthood is glamorized. I mean, that is definitely true. I like being able to do whatever it is I want to do. I like being able to leave my house and come back and cook whatever I want, and order food and eat candy and chips and watch TV and do whatever I want. Love that for sure. And you're right. No one does take kids seriously as much. Yes. But also, not having responsibilities as a kid is like one of the best things in the world. And I don't know, like, you just lose that when you're a kid. I mean, when you're an adult, because it's being an adult is all about responsibilities. Like, yes, you have autonomy, but you're also responsible for literally every single other thing in your life. So, yeah, nobody takes kids seriously, unfortunately. So, this feeling of boredom really translated into like restlessness, which again this chapter was talking about. I feel like this chapter was exactly what I needed to hear this week. So I wrote the note: restlessness dash expand so that you do not contract. So basically, when you're a creative person, when you're an artist, you have to keep moving, or else you start sinking. That's what the author Julia said. And I realized this is why I have moments where I want to pick my life up and move to a different country and start all over again, because I get so restless, because I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, I've already experienced everything there is to experience. I've done it. It was fun. It was great. It was cool. What's next? And it's not that I'm never satisfied. It's more that like my soul craves new experiences. My soul craves expansion because I have a creative soul. So the cure to this energy is movement or exercise. And I have been wanting to get back in the gym for a long, long, long time because of because I know how I feel when I work out. Yes, depression can't target what is moving. Yes, depression hates a moving target is how I remember it. But yes, exactly. Depression hates a moving target, because when you're stagnant and you're just like sitting there, you give that restless energy time to fester, and then it just becomes suffocating. And then you're just like, dude, I hate my life. I hate everything. What the hell am I doing? Like, time to run away. Sadly. But yeah, I think that on when I get paid on the 15th, I am going to go get a gym membership again, because it's time for me to get back into like moving my body every single day. And I think that that's a big reason why like sometimes I get lost in my own negativity, like my negative mindset too sometimes, is because I don't have movement. Like, I walk everywhere, so I do move on a daily basis, but I don't move enough to like get my heartbeat up to the point where my mind is off of whatever emotion I'm feeling at the moment. Um, and also, she said, exercise teaches the reward of process and the sense of satisfaction, which is very, very true. Because when I first started my fitness journey, this is a crazy story. I started my fitness journey in the summer of 2021 because I went to Alberta with my ex, and we hiked a mountain with him and his friends. And during the hike, I overheard his friends talking shit about the way I was walking, and they were like, "Oh, her legs are not even strong enough. Her ankles are like caving inwards," or something like that, which is true. My legs were not prepared to go on a freaking 4-hour hike, so I was walking crazy. But that motivated me so much to the point where I was like, you know what? When I get back to like Toronto, I'm gonna start doing the gym. Yeah, they were all misogynist, they were all niggers, they were all like just constantly putting each other down and putting women down. And I don't even know why I stayed with that guy for as long as I did. But anyways, I struggle with perfectionism, so this is what hinders me. But I had such a helpful plan, which was to sketch something each day. It could range from smiley face to a sketch of a detailed flower. Nice. There is also books for that. It was like the what do you call it was like prompts. Yeah, like a book of prompts. I think I had one of those at one point. I think it was a writing prompt book that I had at one point. And I saw one that was a sketching prompt book as well. But I've been considering doing like a challenge, like a 30-day freestyling challenge, or like, I don't know, 30-day like singing challenge, something like that. I don't know. Because those types of things, A, motivate you to show up every day, and B, actually improve your skill. And then C, give you like, a place to channel your energy. I've been saying negging so much that I manifested you saying it. Girl, this week so many men tried to neg me. I don't know what was in the air. Maybe it was the eclipse, but so many men tried to neg me, and I just looked at them and I was like, I've already dealt with this before. Like, what is going on? Like, I'm not gonna be falling for this. Like, and it's funny, the older you get, you know what I realized? The older you get, the more you realize that a lot of these men are actually just scared that you're gonna have self-confidence and not talk to them. And that's the reason why they like going for younger women. This is totally off topic, by the way. It has nothing to do with the artist way, but whatever. But they definitely like to go for younger girls because younger girls don't have that much self-esteem. And so when they meet a guy with self-esteem, they place him on a pedestal. Whereas when you get older and you accomplish more things, you have a higher sense of self-esteem, a higher sense of confidence, and that triggers them because it makes them feel like you don't pedestalize them and therefore they're not important to you. And it's like, no, we can both have high self-esteem and be important to each other. Why is it a competition? Weirdos. Anyways, last thing I want to talk about, and this was another interesting thing. This book is literally like healing me on such a deep soul level. So she says that many blocked creatives grew up in what is that word? Punitively? Oh, I don't know why I spelled it like that. In punitively religious homes. Okay? You have 2 watching, including me. Hello, Lord Flecko. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Chill, superstar. Well, hi. Thank you for joining. But yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do these lives whether or not people are watching because I want to look back on it and be like, I documented every single week of this process. So whether or not people have been showing up, I've been showing up and I have been talking about what I'm learning. But thank you guys for actually staying and talking in the chat. That means a lot to me. I wish you'd come back to Toronto. It's cold there now, isn't it? And the thing is, I never got the love I needed in Toronto. I really didn't. I tried so hard to like be with the right people who had the right connections, and I never got love. So unfortunately, I had to go where nobody knew me, nobody could judge me or judge me by who I was related to or what neighborhood I grew up in or the person that they used to know me for 3 years ago or whatever, and start over. But if you want to come to Mexico, holla at your girl. Anyways, going back to talking about growing up in a religious family, I wasn't allowed to do a lot of things growing up in a religious family, sing, dance, obviously like wear whatever clothes I want or whatever. So the way that you heal this as an adult is you have a spiritual altar. And that means just like a corner where you put all the pretty things that you wanted as a kid that you weren't allowed to have. So like rocks or crystals or pictures, posters, jewelry, candles, like a little corner where you go to like feel the glamour of everything that you wanted when you were a kid that you weren't allowed to have. Yes, dolls, yes. Oh my god. Because dolls, and also like Barbie dolls. I have a little fake, not a, well, obviously it's fake, a little remote control Lamborghini Urus, and I put it on my spiritual altar as well. And it actually has the remote and it works. So I just need to like remind myself to drive it. Maybe I'll get like a little doll that looks like me and put it there too. Manifestation. But yes. You should look into the correlation between weed and schizophrenia. You smoke too much, it's fried your mind. Okay, well, first of all, I quit 2 months ago. So I don't know why you're coming on here to tell me this because you don't know that I quit. And second of all, what delusional behavior? Because I'm on live talking about things that I've learned. So like, You started out being nice, and now you're trying to humble me. This is the issue I have with men. Why are you on my live trying to humble me and tell me about myself? Strange. Anyways, I'm not gonna let anybody tell me anything about myself because I'm doing this for me. Okay? I'm doing this for me. This is healing me. It's not about validation. It's not about what you think of me. It's not about how delusional I look or how schizophrenic I look or whatever. Labels are just labels, okay? And thankfully, I've done the healing work to understand that the only person whose thoughts of me matter are my own thoughts of me. So as long as I can control my own thoughts of me, I'm good. Okay? Cool. So, lastly, I have to do the tasks for this week because I didn't actually do the tasks for this week. And I think at one point you had to like find pretty pictures of stuff and put them on your spiritual altar. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. Senna, you're pretty funny. I mean, honestly, like if you want to watch my live and comment, you can watch my live and comment, but there's just nothing that you're gonna be able to tell me. There's literally nothing you're gonna be able to tell me. Because first you said, I want you to come back to Toronto and I'm a superstar. And now you're telling me that this is not healing. So what do you want me to do when I come back to Toronto? Do you want to fight me? That's kind of what it sounds like. Right? Yeah. Anyways. Oh my God. I didn't know that YouTube lets you put people in timeout because I clicked on the message and it said put user in timeout. I'm gonna put this user in timeout. Okay, there we go. Cool. And that's another reason why I like doing these lives without people commenting, because then I don't get distracted by the comments. I can just focus on what I want to say and whatever. Anyways, Senna, thank you so much for joining and chatting with me. I appreciate you. That is it for week 11, basically. He loved you, then he hated you. Yeah, for real. I call that fan behavior, actually. And you know what? Like, I've been there too. I've been there where I liked someone and then I didn't like them, and then I liked them again and then I didn't like them again. So I get it. Anyways, my whole thing is my self-esteem doesn't depend on who likes me anymore, so it actually doesn't matter. So yeah, that's that for week 11. Next Monday is the last week of the Artist Way. I'm pretty excited because I might do a longer video. I might go through like all the notes that I took for the entire book and then compile them into like a book review or something like that. Not sure. We'll see. But yes, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Iman, get a life out. My friend got me this cute little jar with a glass straw, but I'm worried I'm going to break it. But it's very cute, right? Anyways, have a good night. See ya.